to the Leesburg Library and Friends of the Library, and to each of you for being here. Um, and welcome. And so let's go ahead and get ourselves kind of centered into the moment. Deb, there's a little box appearing on my screen. I'm not sure if it's appearing for others that says it just says that it's being recorded. Um, so hopefully that'll just go away. Um, so yeah, let's go ahead and breathe into the current moment, come into the practice, deepening the awareness of the breath. So getting centered in the moment. If you need any kind of props, I bring blocks to my practice in order to help me connect with the floor. If my chair isn't quite low enough, my chair is pretty low today, so I may grab them, I may not. Um, if you need anything to extend, you know, your arms in terms of picking up your legs, I think I need to just go ahead and press something so that this disappears because the box is still there for me. I'm consenting. I'm continuing. Okay, I consent. All right. And so if anybody else was having that issue, you just have to hit that you consent to it. Yeah, so if you'd like to have any kind of hydration nearby, I've got my drink. I'm kind of doing hot yoga today out here on the back porch. So thank you all so much for being here. Really special practice for me, and that it's going to be a break now from now until around August when I'll be coming back to join y'all. And so I really appreciate it's really special for me to be a part of this community and this practice. I feel very honored to be here. So thank you so much for being here today. If you'd like to set an intention for class today, now might be a time to do so. An intention could just be to be in the present moment, to experience gratitude, to just notice all of the sensations that will come up for you during class and to move through that. And I'll be cueing some of that as we move through the class. You're the expert on your own body, so make sure that you're making the yoga and the practice work for you. As Deb mentioned, I will be cueing some alternatives throughout the practice. You're welcome to take those alternatives or to develop safe alternatives of your own, or to sit and just be in the present moment, be with the breath, be in stillness. That's always an option too. So make sure you've got some room around you so that you can extend your arms and extend your legs. And if you've got a back to your chair, that's fine, but we recommend not having an armchair unless you need it, unless that works for you. So make it work for you. Yoga is for everybody. This practice is for everybody. So we're really glad that you're here. And so with that, let's go ahead and start. A lot of times I'll cue things just one foot or the other so people don't get caught up in left and right because we're going to do it on both sides. So it really doesn't matter where you start. So go ahead and choose one foot to start rotating the ankle here. If your pacing doesn't match mine, if it doesn't look exactly like what I've got going on, that's fine. We'll rotate around and then go ahead and rotate it the other direction. And then let's go ahead and start to point and flex here. And then we'll bring it down, pick up the other foot, rotate the ankle. If that's a good choice for you, might be good on one foot, not on the other, that's fine. Here, as we're doing this and kind of as we move throughout the practice, we're noticing posture, trying to sit with an aligned spine and with engagement in the core. Go ahead and bring it around the other way. A couple more more times here. And then we're going to point and flex. All right. And bring it back down. Noticing any sensations here, smoothing out the breath, coming into the present moment and into the practice. All right. And from here, if you'd like to use those, the dish towel or whatever is necessary to loop it under the thigh here, you could grab that. If using your hands works, then we're going to go ahead and reach under one of the thighs and bring that thigh up and around. Circling here. Again, your pace could look different. If you ever need to pause in any of these movements, you could go ahead and pause. If something feels sticky and you want to work in there a little bit, that always is totally fine. So we're going to take it around the other way here. All right, 2 more times. And go ahead and set it down. Pausing here, noticing any sensations. Breathing. Coming in or back to the present moment. Maybe letting go of anything that's been with you throughout the day so that you can just set that down and pick it right back up after practice. We're going to go ahead and switch to the other leg. So either reaching the hands or that towel under the thigh and bringing it around. Two more here. And then take it the other way. And 2 more here. And then go ahead and set it down. One side might feel different than the other, making any adjustments here. Just getting into the hips a little bit. And breathing. All right, and for this next pose, we're going to be using the leg, and we're also going to be thinking about that alignment of the spine and the engagement of the core. So you can think about bringing your belly button in towards your spine and feeling the vertebrae aligned and stacked. That would be kind of like the mental focus here, along with what you're doing with your leg. So again, we're going to be picking up this leg either with the hands or with a towel. And we're going to bring the thigh in close towards the body here. And for some of us, this is a great place to stay and breathe. For others who want a little bit extra here in terms of strength building, core engagement, and also a nice stretch along the back of the leg, we're going to go ahead and try extending to whatever degree feels like a good choice for you today. And then we're going to hold for 5, and then we'll bring it back in. So I'm going to go ahead and extend and hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bend, bring it back in, hug it in, and then set it down. Noticing how that went on that side, not necessarily going to feel the same on the other side. So considering your options, those stops along that path, any stop along the path is great. It's all about the journey here, not about the, achieving any full expression. It's whatever feels like the right full expression for you. So as you're ready, picking up that other thigh, bringing it into the body, Might be a great place to stay here, checking in with the alignment of the spine and the engagement of the core. And then if you'd like to extend that leg and hold, go ahead and try that for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it in and set it down. Nice job. So maybe noticing any sensations that occurred along the backs of the legs there, anything that was happening in the core, in the spine, all of that was kind of coming into focus there. All right, and from here, we're going to start rotating the upper body around, maybe widening the knees here, scooting the feet out a little bit. Could be some adjustments you could make for increased stability. If your feet aren't well connected with the floor, good opportunity to grab blocks or books or whatever you need to make that more secure, grounded connection. So Deb often cues this, and I'll cue it today, that, if you want to be jamming out to your own jams in the background, of course, everybody's on mute, so that's always an option. Today I've got the cicadas, I think they would be called, going on in the background there, along with some fans. So that's my soundtrack for today. Let's go ahead and take it around one more time. And then we'll reverse, take it the other way. If you need to pause in between, feel free. Take one more time around here. All right. And coming back up to neutral spine, we're going to do some cat-cow. So the cat is the shoulder blades coming across the back. You kind of cave in at the chest, belly button coming in towards spine. And cow is in the opposite direction, chest puffs out. You can move forward with the chest if you like, kind of coming in between the thighs there. And going from the cat to the cow, making it as exaggerated as you would like, or as kind of minimal as you would like. Just feeling it out for yourself, warming up the spine here. The shoulder blades are pretty noticeable here as they come in towards each other and then separate, coming across the back. Maybe timing this movement with the breath. Typically we would exhale on the cat and inhale on cow, but you do whatever feels right. A couple more times here. We'll do 2 more cat-cows. All right, and then we'll all meet up in neutral spine. And we're going to check in with the breath here, checking back that we're staying in the present moment. Checking in with an intention if you've made one. I know for me, I'm noticing gratitude throughout the practice, really grateful to be a part of this community and to be here with y'all. From here, we're going to be moving into some where we're lowering down the chest, coming in between the thighs, if that's a good choice. So again, this is where I might bring in some blocks or books or some other prop to help me connect with the floor. Blocks and books that are in this shape, you know, they can be used in a variety of different settings. So this would be the top setting, the mid setting, and the lowest setting. So just figuring out if props are a good idea for you if you want to use them. If not, that's great too. So we've gotten our spine a little warmed up. We're going to take it a little bit deeper into the practice here. If you'd like to stay with your hands on your thighs, that also works. If you'd like to go a little bit deeper, we're going to bend forward and bring hands down to a prop at whatever level it is. Or if you're, you know, really wanting to dive deep into the movement, you could take your hands all the way to the floor. From here, we're going to be opening up one arm and then the other. So you could be doing this with your hand on your thigh, no problem. If your hand is on a block, it's going to look more like this, or if it's all the way down on the floor, it's going to look like this. So anywhere along that trajectory works. Keeping a micro bend in the elbows here and looking up at that hand if it's an option. Breathing here. And then we're going to bring one hand down and switch to the other. Maybe looking up at that hand, if it's a good choice for your neck and your back. Bringing the belly button in towards the spine here can help protect the lower back. Taking some deep breaths. And bringing that hand down, we'll go the other way. Switching back and forth here. Moving in more of a flow where we're timing our movements with the breath. Inhaling as the arm raises, and then slowly exhaling as the arm comes down. Two more on each side here. Last set, last one on each side. All right. From here, we're going to go ragdoll with the upper body. So using blocks or not, wherever you're at with it, we're going to start to try to lower the upper body down and release the neck and the head. We're going to slowly stack the vertebrae, one on top of another, letting the arms hang. The head is going to be the last thing to come up here. Really emphasizing the slow, how slow can you go? Head is the last to come up. Checking in with the breath, checking in with the posture here. This is a good way to notice alignment. Do you feel like your back is in alignment? Because right now it should be stacked in a way that feels like it's moving towards alignment. We're going to try that again, and the next time when we try, we're going to actually clasp elbows as we relax down. So again, this could be something that you're doing while your hands, are supporting you on the thighs. If you don't want to clasp elbows, that's fine. If you want to clasp elbows, it could not look like it's going as far down as I'm going to demonstrate. If you want to go all the way down, you're going to allow your upper body to release down to the floor, let the head hang, reach for clasping the elbows, and then we're going to sway a little bit once we get down there. And then we'll rise up again very slowly, stacking one vertebrae on top of another. So wherever you're at with it along the journey, make your choices, and we'll be hanging out with the upper body down. So moving slowly and carefully here, maybe using the hands to get down. And then elbows are clasped, and we're starting to sway here. And then as you're ready, allow your hands to unclasp from the elbows, and we'll start that stack of the spine, one vertebrae on top of another. The arms are hanging loose here, ragdoll. Head and neck are the last to come up, so stack it all. And then shoulders come down the back, and finally the head comes up. And just take a moment here to check in with the breath, check in with the body, check in with any sensations you might be experiencing here. Smoothing out the breath. Maybe checking in with that intention. All right. From here, we're going to be getting into some arm work. We've spent a little bit of time in the legs and the upper body. So now we're going to be moving into the arms. Let's go ahead and bring the arms to extend on either side, and we're going to start making little circles here. So just bringing them around. Doesn't feel like much at first, but it's going to build into some bicep work here. So I'm going to count down from 10, and we'll reverse and go the other direction. Here's 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and reverse. It's 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice work, everybody. If you started to feel some burn there, that's that muscle building happening. If you'd like to bring one arm across the body and then creating about like a figure 4 with the arms kind of like you would and with your legs with a figure 4 stretch, go ahead and bring one arm across the chest here, relieving tension, and then we're going to let it all go, let the arms swing, and do it on the other side. So 3, 2, 1, we'll let it go. Swing the arms. Just release any tension here. And then we're going to bring that other arm across the body, bring it in. May not feel the same from one arm to the other. That's totally fine. Bringing it in. And we're going to let it swing. Do the same thing on each side one more time. So go ahead and bring it in. Bring the arm across the body. Remembering to breathe here. Let it go. And then bring it across on the other side. And let it go. Now from our swinging arms, we're going to come into some larger circles. So go ahead and open here, getting into deeper into the shoulders, into the cuffs, shoulder cuffs, and bringing the arms around. If the smaller movement is a better choice for your body, like you have something going on with your shoulders or anything like that, you can always go back to that smaller arm movement here. Both are building muscle. So you're good either way. Let's take it one more time around this direction, and then we're going to reverse, bring it around the other way. Really opening those shoulders, getting the shoulders all the way around the socket and into the back. I'm getting a little warmed up out here. I don't know about y'all, but hopefully you're feeling good. Here's one more time around. Very nice. And then give yourself a hug and rock back and forth the upper body. Focusing on that breath here. If you've kind of let it go, smooth it out. Sending some love to yourself. And from here, we're gonna allow the arms to just swing out, and we're gonna bring them around the other way. So hugging the other way. Going into, we did some expansion. Now we're kind of coming into some contraction here. And we're gonna do some more of that throughout the class. Checking in with that breath. And then we're gonna allow the hands to just be open palm on the thighs and bring ourselves back to the present moment if we've gone astray, or just deepening our presence in this moment and deepening our attention to the breath here for a few moments. All right, nice work, everybody. From here, we're gonna get into some shoulder, some more if we were just doing the shoulders. So we're gonna dive in a little deeper into that. We're gonna place the hands on the shoulders, and we're gonna be bringing the elbows to touch or towards each other. Don't have to touch, but if they do, go ahead and touch them gently. Bring the arms around, and then the wrists will touch behind the head. Don't exaggerate this so much that you're starting to really bend that neck out of alignment. If your wrists don't touch, it's totally fine. If your elbows don't touch, it's fine. It's just that's somewhere along that journey is a great place to be in order to achieve the benefits of this part of the practice. So go ahead and start making those circles of wrists and elbows. Breathing here. We'll do about 3 more. All right, so we're going to bring it the other way. So elbows to wrists. So reversing whatever you were doing, bringing it around the other way. Breathing here. And we'll do about 3 more. All right, nice. Very nice. All right, palms open on the thighs and breathe. Check in with the breath, smooth it out. Noticing any sensations in the body here. Bringing our awareness to whatever's going on in the present moment. Anything that's not happening right now in this practice, you can pick it up after the practice. So trying to let go and be here now. All right. From here, we're going to be doing some compression. So again, I'm going to cue using anything that gives you greater connection to the floor. So in my case, I'm using blocks. You could be using whatever props work for you. So I'm going to reach for my blocks here. I am pretty short, so that may be just a me thing, but I do cue it in case anybody else is a shorty like me. All right, so we're going to be crossing the legs here. If that doesn't work for you, it's okay, of course, to just keep your feet, you know, in this aligned position. If it's a good choice for your body today, though, we're going to cross one leg over the other, and we're going to be doing a twist and then coming back around. And we're going to go both directions. So either way, you're winning. Okay. So you might want to reach a hand to place at the base of your spine and do a gentle twist, looking behind you. And then gently twist the other direction, taking the hands with you. All right, and coming back. So if that was, where you want to stay with this move, doing some gentle twists, behind you on both sides, that is a great place to be. But I'm going to go ahead and cue Eagle for those who want to take it a little bit deeper into that feeling of compression. So for Eagle, I am going to cue left leg on top. If this cross of the legs is fine, you could also further go into the bind by hooking the left foot behind the right. So that would look like just bringing it around and kind of hooking it back there. Totally fine if that's not an option for you or you just don't want to do that deep of a bind. From there, we're going to extend the arms out in both directions, and left leg is on top, left arm is going to come underneath. If reaching for the shoulders feels like the right place for you to be today, then go ahead and do that. If you want to deepen that bind and you need more here, you can go ahead and wrap the hands around so that the palms touch. And so this is full Eagle in chair. And if you need even more here in terms of compression, you can start to bring the elbows and the chest down towards the thighs and bring everything in tight. Breathing here. We'll breathe here together wherever you're at with this shape. A few more breaths in compression and then we'll release. If you're in full Eagle, going ahead and bringing your upper body back up, unwrapping the arms, opening the arms, unwinding the legs, and coming to palms, facing up on the thighs, checking in with the breath. You're making any adjustments, just wiggling a little bit after that compression, allowing the body to go back to expansion. Or to what feels less compressed. So however it went on that side could be kind of different on the other side. Many people vary greatly from one side of the body to the other. So if it worked on one side and you don't want to do it on the other side, that's totally fine. For those who would like to try the gentle twist, we're gonna go ahead and bring the other leg, for me, the right leg on top of the left. And we're gonna twist here gently to look behind us and breathe. And we're gonna bring a gentle twist to the other direction here. And then coming back. So for those who want to just maintain that gentle twist in each direction and don't want to do Eagle, that's your option. Noting, your alignment of your spine as you're doing that, being gentle with your body. If you want to come to Eagle, legs are right leg on top of left. If you want that full bind of the legs, tucking that right foot behind the left. Arms expand outward in each direction. This time, right arm's coming underneath, wrapping around, either reaching for their shoulders here or the palms can come to touch. Breathing here in eagle. If you need more, bringing the upper body down and in, resting on the thighs, and we'll breathe in this constricted pose. Coming out of it at any time that you start to feel too much shortness of breath or just like you're getting too uncomfortable. But if you can stay with it, stay with it. Breathe deeply here. Couple more breaths. And from here, if you were an eagle, upper body raises, arms unfurl and unwind, legs do the same, palms come to rest on top of the thighs, and from here we take some deep breaths. Checking in, noticing any sensations. Smoothing out the breath. All right, from that constricted pose, we're going to go into a more expanded one here. So I'm going to move my blocks out of the way. We're going to connect the upper body rotating around and with having those big arms here. So we're going to bring arms up. You can interlace the hands or have them separate either way, kind of like you're carrying a big ball with you. We're going to bring it around. Widening the knees here really helps to increase stability in this movement. You're going to feel your obliques and your abdominals kicking in here. Also, the inner thighs are starting to bring their strength to this pose. If you go kind of downward with the upper body. Backs working here too. Let's bring it one more time around this direction. Making sure to breathe. Let's go and take it the other way. If you need to pause here, feel free. Keeping that big ball with you as you make these circles. And let's do one more time around here. All right, and hands come to rest with the palms facing open on the thighs. Breathing here. From here, we're going to try a bind. So I'm going to actually turn around so that you can see what I'm doing, because we're going to do a couple of different moves with the arms coming to the back. So I'm going to turn around so you can see better what I'm doing. But essentially, the first move is a humble bow. You bring your hands behind you, interlace your fingers. So if you cannot extend the arms here, you want to keep elbows bent, that's fine. But if it feels like a good choice to really bring those shoulder blades in towards each other and open the chest, that's kind of getting deeper into the pose. So I'm going to turn around and demonstrate, and then we're going to lean forward if that's a good choice for you today. If not, just hanging out here with your fingers interlaced and your shoulder blades coming back as much as they can is, do the safe choice. Make sure to be kind to your body. All right, so I'm going to demonstrate turning around, I should say. And if you were down, you can slowly bring it back up. And we'll try one more time. So wherever you're at with it, if you'd like to give it another try, go ahead and bring the upper body down, knees wide. And then slowly bringing the body back up. Nice work, everybody. Humble bow. All right. From here, we're going to reach the hands behind. So choose one hand that you want to pat yourself on the back on. We're going to reach the other hand around and try to touch fingers here. If you can, clasp the fingers. Go ahead and pull in, opening the chest. So we don't want to be caving the chest here. The chest is open, not hunching down. If the movement isn't working for you to clasp fingers, then don't do it. If that's hurting, then that's a sign that you're taking things too far. So just breathing into that shoulder opening wherever you're at with it. Then we're going to try the other side. So letting go, releasing, knowing one side may be different than the other. Hands come to open, palms open, breathing here. And then we're going to take the other hand to pat yourself on the back. Opposite hand reaches around. One side might be different than the other. That's not uncommon. So again, chest is open here. We're not hunching forward. We're not in pain. Making a choice that works for your body today, wherever you're at along that trajectory. It could be that the fingers are not touching at all. Breathing into that stretch along the tricep, in the shoulders. And releasing. Palms come to open on the thighs and breathe. Allowing the shoulders to kind of melt down the back here. Maybe coming back to that awareness of sensations, that awareness of the present moment, checking in with an intention if you set one. All right, from here we're going to get into some warrior poses. So we're going to be doing some strength building here. If you'd like to get hydrated, I'm going to cue that as a good time to take a little water break. Just checking on my time here. All right. Again, so thankful for each of you. So let's go ahead and make the transition into warrior pose. So there's definitely different stops along the way for this. We're going to go into some lunge poses. Usually, I'm doing this in a chair for this class. If you're, practiced at lunges, then feel free to get up out of your chair for these poses. I'm going to demonstrate it seated. So here is one way to kind of position yourself into a lunge. Another way to position yourself, and I have my left foot forward here, my right leg behind. I'm going to move my drink here. All right. So with my right leg coming behind, the right leg could either be bent or it could straighten. That's going to be, you're going to be experiencing some more intensity here of engagement in the thighs. So just doing whatever works for you. In Warrior One, we want the chest to point over the thigh. We want the left knee in alignment with the ankle. So if you see that your foot, see how my foot is kind of far forward, what we don't want is this. Okay, so check in there, making sure that the knee and the ankle are in alignment, that you can see your toes. You should be able to see your toes. The chest should face over that bent left thigh, leg, and be pointing out this way. From here, we're going to bring the arms into it. If you'd like to incorporate the arms, You can bring cactus arms or biceps by the ears, either way. This is the full expression of Warrior One, seated. And we're gonna breathe here. If you're shaking, that's okay. If it's too much, you can come out of it. And from here, we're gonna transition into Warrior Two. So the arms are gonna change here. We're gonna have them coming to extend out in both directions. And the chest kind of opens here too. From here, we're gonna transition from Warrior Two to Reverse Warrior. So the right hand is gonna come back to the right thigh. The left arm is gonna lift here, and we're gonna start to bring the upper body just slightly arching the back. And from here, we're gonna transition back to Warrior Two. Breathing here. If it's your first time doing these movements, then it's something that takes a minute to catch on to, but it's very standardized throughout yoga that you would do these warrior poses. So you'll catch on, don't worry. And from here, we're gonna come back to Warrior One. So the back arm is gonna sweep forward. The chest is gonna change here to be facing directly over the left thigh. And the arms are gonna reach either cactus arms if your shoulders don't feel up to the biceps by the ears, or biceps by the ears. And we're back to Warrior One where we started. Now we're gonna do the same thing on the other side. We're gonna first transition through Goddess pose to the center. So Goddess pose, the knees are coming wide, the elbows are bent, so cactus arms here. This is an opportunity where I do demonstrate, because it's a very, because your knees are so wide, it gives an opportunity for those who, if you want to come up off the chair and you have that kind of stability here, you can practice that squat, because this is a very stable place to be with that chair right behind you that you can always gently sit back down on. So I do demonstrate, this is one pose where I do demonstrate coming up out of the chair for Goddess for a squat here, if you want to. No worries if not. And breathing here. We're going to transition to the other side. So likely starting to feel some heat building in the body and in the arms. So doing the same thing on the other side. We're going to Warrior One with the right facing forward, the right leg facing forward. Again, the left knee here can be bent or extended. We want to make sure that we're checking in with that knee on the right side, that we're not over extending that knee so that it's coming over the toes. You want to be able to see the toes here. So making those adjustments, getting that foundation of the lunge in place for Warrior One. Chest is facing right directly over the right thigh. And then those arms come with us, either biceps by the ears or at bent elbows, either one. So breathing here. And then we'll make that transition to Warrior Two. Arms extending and reaching in both directions. Breathing. You're starting to shake here on this side. That's perfectly normal. Trying to breathe through that, build that strength here. Generate that heat in the body. From Warrior Two, we'll transition to Reverse Warrior. So left hand coming down to the back thigh. Right arm reaches up and then slightly back, protecting the lower back here by bringing the abdomen in, bringing belly button in towards spine. Reverse Warrior, breathe. From here, coming back to Warrior Two, making that transition. Breathing here. And then we're coming back to Warrior One. So left hand sweeps. Biceps by the ears, or in goalpost arms, bent elbows, either one. Everybody's going to be coming to goalpost arms here to make that transition through Goddess. Bent. elbows, bent knees. Knees are wide. Making any adjustments here if you want to come up in that squat, that, kind of a safe squat, you could call it, so that you're really stable here, knowing that chair is just right there for you. Breathing. All right. Nice work, everybody. Bringing it down. And we're just going to take a breather here. I think we have time to go through one more round of that. So if you'd like to, now you kind of got, if that was new for you, now you kind of have an idea of where we're going. We're going to try it one more time, maybe not holding the poses quite as long. So go ahead and prepare for that second set of warrior poses. Taking some deep breaths here. And if you just want to sit this one out and watch and relax and breathe, that's also a good choice. So I'm going to go ahead and cue it. So turning to the left. Well, either way, we're going to do both sides. So whichever you're doing. I'm going to face to my left. I'm going to bring my leg to extend behind me, my right leg. So I'm in a low lunge, checking in with my alignment of my knee. From here, bringing my arms, biceps by the ears. My chest is facing to, directly over my left thigh. From here, coming to warrior two, arms extend, and transitioning to reverse warrior here. Left arm raises, back hand towards the back thigh, leaning back just slightly here, protecting the lower back with the engagement of the core. From here, transitioning back through warrior two, arms extend. And from here, coming back to warrior one, right arm sweeps, meets the left, both arms raised, bicep by the ears, or bent elbows. Warrior one, back to warrior one here. Transitioning through goddess, coming to goalpost arms. Knees are wide, possibly doing that squat here. If you'd like to come off the chair, if not, of course, no problem. Breathing. Then we're going to try the other side. So checking in with the right thigh, left leg extends behind or stays bent, either one. Making that positioning with that shape with the legs, the lunge, so that you can then get the upper body ready. From here, the arms raise. Warrior one, facing that chest directly over the right thigh. And then warrior two, arms reach in both directions. From here, reverse warrior, right arm raises, left hand reaches towards the back of the leg. Back through warrior two. And then left arm sweeps to meet the right. Bringing both arms up in warrior one. And then transitioning through to goddess here. Arms, elbows are bent, knees are wide. And then bringing it back to resting pose. We're going to take some deep breaths together here. Then we're going to close the practice. So I'm going to cue inhaling through the nose and exhaling through the mouth, kind of releasing any last bits of tension here, sealing in anything good you've gotten out of the practice today. So we'll take 3 breaths together here. We're going to inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth, lion's breath. So, and raise the arms on the inhale. So inhale. And exhale through the mouth. Inhale. And exhale through the mouth. Inhale last time. We're going to bring our hands to touch. hands to heart center, and we say namaste. Thank you so much for being here. My daughter wanted to come and say hello and goodbye. Thank you so much. We really appreciate it. Bye.
Bye. Have a wonderful summer.
Bye-bye.
Have a great summer.
Have a good vacation.
Bye.
So, bye.
Bye,
Bye.
sweetie.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Thanks so much.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Look forward to seeing you on in August. Bye.
Bye.